Don't be fooled by the internet. It's cool to get on the computer, but don't let the computer get on you. It's cool to use the computer. Don't let the computer use you. You all saw The Matrix. There's a war going on. The battlefield's in the mind. The prize is the soul.
And we are live. We are back again. All right. Yo, what up, y'all? We live. We had. I think you're on mute.
Nah, I'm good. You
Oh, you
good? You
good?
can hear me? Yeah,
Yeah, I can hear
yeah.
you. Yeah, let us know we coming in clear too.
Coming in clear. We
As
coming
y'all
in
coming in.
clear.
This is gonna be a fire live stream, yo. Cause y'all already know how we do it. We connect them dots. So y'all already see what the title is. And then y'all that been paying attention know what's going on. Y'all see what's going on.
For those of y'all who paid attention throughout the years, more so, you know, uh, not the newer generation, but the generation right before cell phones and all that hit.
Yeah,
You
facts.
know, we've been paying attention.
Facts. All right, I need to change the background for this one because we got to get into this. Yeah. We need y'all to smash that like button on it and share this live stream, man. If you can, if you're on your social medias, man, share this live stream. Let people know we live because this one gonna be one of them ones. So yeah. So y'all already see what the title is. Yeah. Fall of celebrities and the rise of streamers.
Yep.
And we've been seeing that over the years. They've
Getting these
been
celebrities out of the way.
yeah, they've
And it's
been
all the streamers.
facts. Hold on. Let me make sure let me share this live stream real quick, y'all. I forgot to share it. My damn self.
We are entering a digital age that is no going back from. What they
Yeah,
call it, the point of no return.
all right. So I mean you can start we pretty much they definitely yeah, hold on, y'all. I'm just trying to share this real quick. Let people know we live. I forgot to share this on
We live. Yeah, make sure y'all share this if y'all haven't already, because this is definitely an important one. We definitely need to, be more conscious of where the world is going right now.
facts.
We being distracted by a lot of other things while something else is being shaped in the background.
That's a fact.
And those of us who, watch this whole digital age come about, if you was conscious of what was going on, you'll see where they taking us.
Facts.
We're being conditioned to accept certain things that we damn sure wouldn't have had accepted 30 years ago.
And
It was just a conspiracy theory 30 years ago.
facts.
All this is just a conspiracy theory.
And the thing about this, we was talking about this stuff years ago, bro. Like 20 something years ago, we was, you know what I mean? Like, seeing different things that was coming out about this, like through certain publications, whether it was like alternative media, where everybody thought, these people was crazy conspiracy theorists, and that's all you heard in the mainstream. Don't listen to the alternative media; they ain't nothing but conspiracy theorists. Meanwhile, all the stuff we see now was talked about 20 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
And I think right after 9/11 happened, they signed the Patriot Act into play. Right the day after that, very morning after 9/11, they signed the Patriot Act in. Because I remember it was all over TV.
Mm-hmm.
Remember, I mean, when that 9/11 thing happened, they said, well, yeah, the Patriot Act. And I'm like, okay. So we approaching them same type of patterns now. And we seeing the patterns. So we like, oh, yeah, bro, we see where they going with this. We seeing why certain people are not progressing far as how the algorithm is being shaped and molded. We seeing how certain people are being blocked, certain people are being suppressed. A lot of stuff is being suppressed, and we starting to see a lot of celebrities take they basically take their last you know, their last rodeo.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like the celebrity now
They
that we
dropping like flies.
yeah, not only that, we grew up, they not so popular as they used to be. You know what I'm saying? Like
They
it
more like a museum. Like a lot of these celebrities that we grew up with, they more like museum artifacts now.
you saying right.
Like some niggas you'll go to their Instagram page or they social media and it'd be like going to a museum looking at artifacts because they the niggas of the past.
Right.
Because you gotta think about it. The world has progressed in a totally different direction. And it went to the direction of what the conspiracy theorists was saying 50 years ago.
Yeah.
What the movies been telling us. What the TV series been telling us. Movies like Demolition Man, The Terminator, you know what I mean? The Running Man,
Right.
the $6 million Man. All them movies where it
Most
shows where there's digital stuff and like robots and everything taking over is where we headed. But most of all, the surveillance state.
yeah, but those are like
The surveillance state is where we at. That's the
those
creepiest thing about all of
right.
this. That surveillance state where the government have a peek inside of your household 24/7, and we've been conditioned to accept that.
Facts.
And we just letting everybody know all it takes is a minor tweak of the law to where they could just prosecute you right in your house on your camera through your phones, through your laptops, through your television set. The same thing they showed us in 1984 when they just be in their house and somebody pop up on their television, tell them they got to do their morning exercises, tell them they got to do this and do that.
Right.
And if you
Facts.
don't do it, agents will be at your door to drag you out. And that's where we headed. And we conditioned to accept that because we actually enmeshed ourselves into the surveillance state. 40 years ago, 50 years ago, people even
Willingly.
had dreamed of having surveillance
Willingly.
all around them like that. You be like, oh, that's the government. Like you be like, oh, that person wearing a bug or that person wearing a wire. Right now, we just accepting it into our lives
Willingly.
willingly,
But
and they're making it trendy.
exactly, and that's the thing. That's the thing. We about to prove to y'all by receipts, because y'all know we stick to the facts. We ain't about no conspiracy theories. We speak on conspiracy facts. And we got those receipts, and we definitely gonna be pulling them up because a lot of these streamers you starting to see rise to fame. We definitely believe these are they're being pushed to the top for a reason, and they're being pushed to the top for future generations to accept what's about to come. Now they definitely want cameras in homes 24/7
They
surveillance.
already there.
And the thing about it is most of the Gen Z pop already favored in that decision. That's what all this 24-hour streaming shit is about on Twitch.
Hmm.
And we're gonna get into that. That's why we got them certain people on the thumbnail that you see. These are famous top streamers that stream 24/7. They got the camera on Twitch 24/7. These people are being paid handsomely to do this shit. And
Hmm.
then they're bringing in celebrities from the entertainment world,
To
from
merge.
Hollywood, and they're merging the fans
Hmm.
with their fans. And we about to prove to y'all, we about to show y'all what the hell we talking about. You know what I'm saying? I'm just trying to get a couple more shares in real quick. And let me go ahead and pull this up though.
This is a dictator's dream.
Yeah,
Like people like Hitler and all them Mao Zedong and all them effers, Stalin, they wish they had this type of technology during
facts
the
back
time they
then.
was. If they had this type of technology, man, the world would have been in trouble.
Right. And,
Big
and the
time.
leading it was the leading tech during that time, World War II was IBM.
Right.
They was the ones keeping track of all the movement that was going on during World War II.
Facts.
The tracking devices, they was the tracking people, numbering off, you know what I mean? Like they had full control over technology during the time of World War II. I would say
Hmm.
right after World War One is when they really kicked into gear with the IBM.
Hmm.
IBM is still one of the leading techs in in this age now. Still one of the ones. They might got a lot of shell companies that's that represent them, that's in front of them, but they still one of the main players
But we
in the
know the
tech world.
companies don't mean nothing. It's all about
Yeah,
the
they don't.
shareholders.
Facts.
It's always
Facts.
been the shareholders. It's always been the same
Mhm.
shareholders. They had dumped some companies and pick up, but they still got the same ideology behind it. So the corporations and the brands don't mean nothing. They only hide behind those. Like we say IBM, we say Apple, but if you actually do the digging, you will see that a lot of the shareholders are the biggest shareholders are the same people that own all the organizations, all these
Yeah.
corporations. It's the same faces all the time, the same families. They with they trust funds and their stake that they own in all these big companies, and these big companies are work hand in hand with the government to create this surveillance state that we in, that we're all accepting now
Right.
because we accept the surveillance into our pockets, into our homes, into our living rooms, into our bedrooms. It is getting to the point where it's so crazy that we accepting devices like uh Alexa and Siri and all of that. And those are just extreme artificial intelligence spying devices.
Yeah.
All they have to do, all they have to do is tweak the law to where they can prosecute you just off some stuff that you said through your device in the privacy of your
Oh, we
own
gonna get
home.
in. Well, we don't want to jump ahead. We gonna get into that because we got stuff too for that as well. But we definitely wanted to definitely start off with this right here because this is one of this ties into the 24-hour streamers and all that because they're Generation Z.
Facts.
You know what I mean? They're Generation Z. So that's from the age group of 13 to 28. That's Generation Z right there. So these are and that's the age of the top streamers. They like in that range, 26, 27, 28. They
Hmm.
in that age range. So this is an article the Young Turks did based off an article that was published by damn, matter of fact, let me pull that article back up because I meant to get the name of that article. Hold on, y'all. I'm bugging. I'm bugging. All right, now hold on.
Agents.
And yeah, and the
Agents
thing
of
about it,
change.
they don't know. They don't know what the conditioning is. They just young people streaming
And
and
getting that money.
getting money. They being paid handsomely to stream 24/7, and they don't see what the conditioning is, but they will use these people as catapults to draw in other people. So yeah, I mean, so people like Casanat started like a streamers university to basically train other streamers. You know what I'm saying? Damn, where's that article at? Hold on, real quick, y'all. Trying to get this article. Uh,
Yeah, this streaming age is definitely conditioning for the next generation.
yeah,
Because if you gotta think about it, these streamers that we see now is influencing the kids. They got the biggest impact on the kids.
right.
So the kids
Yeah,
are more readily going to accept the surveillance into their house and have it 24/7 because they want to be like Speed. They want to be like Kai Sanat, not realizing
yeah.
it's chess, not checkers.
All right, so here's the article right here from Cato Institute. Nearly third of Gen Z favors government installing surveillance cameras inside the home. So you already see what they talking about, a George Orwell 1984 style surveillance. So for
Mhm.
y'all that seen this movie right here, if you haven't seen this movie, I suggest y'all look it up on YouTube and watch it.
Facts.
Like, don't even watch this movie. They got two versions. They got an older version, but watch this version right here, 1984, George Orwell's 1984 on YouTube. Some of y'all probably seen it, some of y'all didn't. But if you want to get a glimpse into where we headed or where we at now and where we heading, look at this movie right here, 1984. It's like the blueprint right here. You know what I'm saying? This is the blueprint right here. And there's another book called The Brave New World that came out like in the 20s, I think, or the 1920s, somewhere around that time. It's called The Brave New World. definitely look into that too. These are blueprints. These are bragging. The elites brag with this type of shit. They write books. They do movies like 1984. Not only to brag, but to basically, you know, imprint that image into our subconscious, so we'd be more acceptable to it when they roll out the agenda. So let's get into this Young Turks interview real quick. I mean, this Young Turks um video based off of the Cato Institute. So this is Gen Z shockingly compliant about the government surveillance. This is the Young Turks YouTube channel.
A new national survey by the Cato Institute finds that a pretty shocking percentage of young Americans are totally fine with the government of the United States installing literal surveillance cameras in every household in an effort to reduce domestic violence, abuse, and other illegal activity. Look, before we get to the depressing numbers, it's worth breathing in a sigh of relief as we take a broader view of how Americans in general feel about the government monitoring us. The exact same survey reveals that 3 in 4 Americans, luckily, oppose installing government surveillance cameras in all homes. So you can take a look at that pie chart and it shows you that while 75% of Americans oppose such creepy big government measures, big brother measures, only 14% of survey takers are in favor of installing the cameras in people.
So what that mean? Only 14% favors that, right? But that's the population Gen Z. So the other 75% could tell people from the baby boomers and then people around our age group, right?
And
Once this is for the millennials. This plan right here is rolled out for the future. So that 14% is going to turn into that 75% as time go along, because we're gonna be all dead and gone, and they gonna roll this shit out. So they using these streamers now. They breeding these streamers now for the next generation to go ahead and accept that. Where the next generation down the line are gonna be the ones that have surveillance in their home 24/7. But it's gonna be a cool thing to do. It's gonna be a cool thing to do. You know what I'm saying? So that's why they're making it cool now by using the streamers they have, like Kai Cenat, Speedy, Aiden Ross, and all these Mr. Beast and all these type of individuals. You know what I'm saying? So let's go ahead and continue though.
People's homes.
10%. First of all, double tap the screen like this video and share this live stream if you can.
And apparently haven't thought too much about it and answered that they don't know. Okay. Now, once the responses from the survey takers were divided by age, things start to get worrying, to say the least. Americans under the age of 30 stand out when it comes to 1984 style in-home government surveillance cameras. In fact, 3 in 10, 29% of Americans under the age of 30 favor the government installing surveillance cameras in every household in order to reduce domestic violence, abuse, and other illegal activity. Support declines with age, dropping to 20% among 30 to 44-year-olds and dropping considerably to 6% among those over the age of 45. There were other pretty shocking findings in this survey. When the responses were broken down based on race, for instance, those who have been most concerned with systemic racism are actually the most receptive toward home surveillance by the very government they accuse of creating systems of oppression. It just doesn't really make much sense. Cato found that 25% of Hispanic and 33% of Black respondents favor the government installing surveillance cameras in every household to reduce domestic violence, abuse, and other illegal activity. Only 11% of Asians and 9% of whites feel the same way. Now, I remember the outrage liberals expressed after discovering that the Bush administration was engaging in warrantless wiretapping on Americans. They were
but that's when the Patriot Act happened. That's why when after 9/11 happened, they signed into the Patriot Act, which allowed them to bring about these cell phones with cameras on them and listening devices.
And they basically made everybody terrorists once they signed in that Patriot Act. That's why we all get checked at the airport like that. And they knew that they knew what they were doing. That's why a lot of people were saying that the terrorists, the 9/11 stuff was was an inside job so they could bring in the Patriot Act. and that's when all the warrants, the warrantless wiretappings and all that stuff started happening. They started tapping into everybody's devices and all that. And the thing is, they just created more devices after that. You got to
Right.
think about the boom of all the devices after the Patriot Act. That's when it's like they already had that stuff ready to go. They already had it already planned out in the background. And now we at the level where they launching artificial intelligence, because most people gonna be like, well, if they put surveillance in everybody home, that's millions and millions and millions of people. How they gonna monitor all that? Well, that's why they launching artificial intelligence.
Yeah, and that the thing about it's already like the artificial intelligence is already launched, right? But now
Yep.
the process, the processors to actually be able to monitor all these millions of peoples at once, and now and report the information back to what's being, you know what I mean, what's being surveilled.
Hmm.
I mean, China is already there. Japan is already there. Like they already like years ahead of us as far as when it comes to that. You know what I'm saying? They already tracking everything their citizens is doing,
But they
basically.
not implementing it like the way the United States want to.
Right. Yeah.
See, they wanted like Demolition Man. Soon as you say or do something in your house, the AI is gonna pick it up and you're gonna get fined or jail right away.
Right.
Because once everybody accept the surveillance in their house, which we're already doing, ring doorbell cameras, cameras in our phone, cameras in our TVs. Like back in the day, somebody mentioned like how they probably used to put cameras and stuff in the cable boxes. That's one of the conspiracies that used to go around back in the day. That them cable boxes got cameras in them and
Cameras
listening
in them. Right.
devices in them. We ain't know for sure if they did or not, but now we know for sure that our smart TVs, our laptops, our phones, our Siris and Alexas definitely have spying devices that can
Hell
go
yeah.
straight to government office, so they can basically do whatever they want to you. Talking about something to keep domestic violence and all that down. Like they not going to abuse that system.
Right.
Now you remember in the movie Demolition Man, if any of y'all seen that, as soon as they said or did something, they got a fine right away. Right away, they knew who said what they did, and they got a fine right away. You wasn't allowed to cuss or nothing. You know what I'm saying? As soon as somebody said, you remember Sylvester Stallone was cussing and was just getting all these tickets, nonstop tickets for cussing. And it's like they
Right.
able to find you right away, because now they're gonna hook everything up to artificial intelligence in a blockchain. So whatever you do on camera, the AI will detect it, and they decide right there on the spot in real time whether you should get a fine, which will come out of your account right away, or send agents to your house to lock you up. That's where we headed.
Right.
That's exactly where we headed, and we're accepting that. We're being conditioned to accept that.
Yeah, and let me pull this up real quick because we're gonna get back into that video, but I want to pull up a receipt to show y'all exactly what we're talking about.
Yeah, this Black Mirror effect. This is called totalitarianism. This is when the government and the corporations come together and have complete control over the masses, 100% domination.
All right.
Through technology.
I just wanna hop into this quick receipt because PayPal, remember PayPal put that out too early on their website and try to cover it up, right? So let me disable the ad blocker because they don't be letting people really do nothing because you gotta disable the ad blocker. Come on, man. It's a damn ad blocker, boy. The hell? All right, hold on, y'all. Let me
Yeah, we gotta be real careful what we accept and how we accept these things. I mean, we've been conditioned because now you can make money off of the surveillance state.
Yeah.
We see these streamers make so much money.
So after PayPal revoked controversial misinformation policy, agents remain over $2,500 fine. So after Yeah, because they did face a lot of backlash because, all right, come on, man, no thanks. What the hell? I know y'all gotta get y'all bread. I understand that website. All right, so after the backlash, earlier this month, PayPal reconciled a line in its policy stating that spreading misinformation on a platform would be subject to $2,500 fine. Today, remaining language leaves users, elected officials demanding more more clarity over the platform define worthy speech. As part of PayPal's user agreement, that they said my customers in violation of platform's acceptable use policy is subject to a $2,500 fine, has been placed since at least 2013, according to the website archive. So PayPal jumped the gun on this. Like they caught so much backlash because they had it in their policy that any of their customers spread any misinformation online will get fined $2,500. They started catching so much backlash that they had to take that shit out their policy. So they jumped the gun. The tech companies ain't on that yet. PayPal jumped the gun on that. So that's why we're telling you that they're implementing the financial system with social media. So if you say something online that goes against any of the policies and guidelines online, they can fine you and take that money out your account,
Freeze your
or
account.
they can freeze your account, or press one button and you won't be able to get no services anywhere. No Uber, no goddamn instant cart, no, you know what I mean, nothing. Everything gets shut off. So that's how they plan. That's what they plan to do. PayPal jumped the gun on that. They wasn't ready for that yet. So we just showing y'all where we heading at with this, man. Let me get back.
They cornering us in with the technology, and until we get completely dependent on it, and then that's when they're gonna basically change up on us and hit us with shit like what PayPal was saying. And let me ask you a question though. Let's just think about this. PayPal will fine you for misinformation, but who decides what's inside PayPal, what's misinformation and what's not?
Exactly.
What that means, that's telling you right there, they're gonna eventually merge with the government, because you gotta think about how the government was merging with the corporations when the COVID stuff was happening, how they were strong arming Mark Zuckerberg. You remember he was on Joe Rogan complaining that the freaking Pentagon was calling him every day, telling him to take stuff down for Facebook that didn't go along with the mainstream narrative. So that goes to show you that the government and the corporations are one and the same. Because if you actually do the research of who own these corporations, like the shareholders, see, Mark Zuckerberg don't really own Facebook like y'all think. They can get him kicked out of there. The shareholders, the ones who sits on the board, can fire him and get him the hell up out of there.
They can buy him out. They could just vote him and buy him out.
Get him the hell up out of there. You gotta think about it. The people who actually own these companies secretly are part of the government also, whether it's family members or friends or part of the same social clubs.
The technocrats took over the bureaucrats.
You got to think about it. It's really one organization that's doing all of this. They just got different divisions of that one organization. People were saying this is conspiracy theory and all that. But you can see the evidence all around us.
Yeah, I just showed you what PayPal had in their policy. Misinformation will get you fined $2,500.
Right.
And you got to think about it. It's no humans going to be overseeing that. That's all automated artificial intelligence. It's all automated, and that's now. Like, you can't even talk to anybody at all at YouTube, Facebook. You can't talk to nobody at all. Everything is done automatically.
For clarification, humans are going to be ahead of it. They just going to preset the artificial intelligence to basically go along with whatever guidelines that they set for us.
Yeah, facts. So they basically just programming artificial intelligence to basically monitor all the activity that's taking place on social media regarding and that's what's happening now. Like, they don't even have enough manpower to monitor every human on social media. It's over like majority of the world is on social media.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, so you would need big ass supercomputers to monitor all that activity. That's why they set everything in place. So if you say a certain curse word, like look now, like Coley's saying something, like they're saying certain things in the chat and YouTube thing will block it. You know what I mean? So we would have to actually unhide the things that's being said. So they're censoring every damn thing when it comes to social media. So if you say something that ain't supposed to be said that go against policies, right now they could demonetize you, delete your channel, shit like that. But we're talking about that's being tied to everything, every aspect of your life. All your activity is gonna be tied to your financial, to your finance.
And the movers and shakers behind this move, the faces of these is people like Elon Musk, Trump, Mark Zuckerberg. Like these are the faces of this new step. They the ones that's building it. Cause you gotta think about it. Elon Musk, he wanna put chips in people's brains. He wanna put a neural link in people's brain. They wanna monitor our thoughts through an actual chip in our brain. And that used to be a conspiracy theory. People used to say that all the time in the 60s, 70s, 80s, all the way up to the 90s, until the 2000s, where it actually became a reality. But people were just saying, oh, they ain't got no chip to go in nobody's brain. Now it's actually being marketed.
Yeah, remember everybody was talking about that mark of the beast shit when it was during the early early 2000s, like late 90s, early 2000s. Everybody's talking about that mark of the beast shit, chip in your hand and all that. And you seen demonstrations of that, but they didn't really roll that out to everybody yet. It was like they was just prepping us for that. You know what I mean? They was just conditioning us to accept something along that lines. But the chip that we got in our hands is the cell phone.
Facts.
The cell phone is the chip.
Is the chip. Yeah.
Your whole life is in your cell phone. It's not one person on the planet that got a cell phone that can go without their cell phone. Nigga, you'll lose your mind if you think you lost your cell phone.
Facts.
Just think about that. Everybody wakes up and put their hands right on that chip and put that phone right in their face.
And they really boxing us in to accept eventually putting the chip into our bodies because you're so scared that you're going to lose your cell phone or something like that they want to try to buy. And the younger generation will accept that.
That's what they targeting.
And that's what they're conditioning this generation now. The current generation, the current youngest generation is being conditioned so the future generation, so their grandkids could eventually accept the chip in their brain or in their hand, because you're gonna be so scared that you're gonna lose your phone, because everything is gonna be attached to that. Your financial information, your medical information, your identity, everything is already in our phones now. See, this chess, not checkers. They thinking ahead, while they got us thinking like a checkerboard, like one jump move, the next jump move. They thinking 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 moves ahead.
And this is for future generations. That's what this article here. You know what I mean? With the Young Turks. All right, let's get back into it.
Let's get back. Volume.
Is it playing?
Nah, no volume.
It's not. Damn. All right, let me reshare it again, because the volume be going out, messing around with StreamYard and in this browser. All right.
Those are apparently different. Very government, they accuse of creating systems of oppression. It just doesn't really make much sense. Cato found that 25% of Hispanic and 33% of Black respondents favor the government installing surveillance cameras in every household to reduce domestic violence, abuse, and other illegal activity. Only 11% of Asians and 9% of whites feel the same way. Now, I remember the outrage liberals expressed after discovering that the Bush administration was engaging in warrantless wiretapping on Americans. They were similarly outraged when Edward Snowden blew the whistle on the National Security Agency indiscriminately spying on Americans. But today's liberals are apparently different because among various ideological categories, they happen to be the most likely to support government surveillance in our homes. Take a look at this. 19% of liberals and 18% of moderates approve of government cameras in our homes, meaning that combined, put the numbers together, 37% of liberals and moderates would greenlight the surveillance. That's insane. Those who are very liberal or conservative are actually the least likely to support it at 9%. So look, even Ryan Grimm, who was a reporter over at The Intercept, sheds light on this phenomenon by sharing a personal anecdote. On Twitter, he wrote the following. Just anecdotally, when we at The Intercept do these kinds of stories on civil liberties that have been our bread and butter since the founding of the site, they just don't land or travel with readers like they used to. Look, I totally get that tons of people have grown accustomed to intentionally oversharing details about their personal lives on social media. But however misguided that behavior might be, it's behavior that people are, opting into and perhaps being watched and filmed endlessly by our neighbors, businesses, and local governments while we're in.
Well, don't ring. What you think them ring doorbell cameras was about? Those things are on 24/7, and you got every neighbor. If every neighbor on the block got a ring door camera, nobody's getting away with a crime.
Right.
Like nobody's getting away. Nobody's really gonna have privacy, far as like because you're being watched everywhere you go. It's a camera. You know what I'm saying? So,
and what if everyday that activities that we do going to end up being a crime? Like, or just speaking your mind, like for instance, during when the COVID stuff happened. Let's say they implemented a law to where if you see anybody with not wearing a mask or not taking a jab or talking against the jab, they get locked up. Now, just think about the surveillance state that we have, or how effective it would be for them to be able to detect who's not wearing a mask or who's not getting a jab with ring doorbell cameras and cameras inside your home. Just imagine when they tweak that law to where they can actually tap into your freaking technology without even having a warrant. They won't even need a warrant anymore. It'll just be connected to the artificial intelligence system to where if the artificial intelligence catch you on camera breaking laws that probably shouldn't even be laws, you're locked up. You gotta think about how oppressive that's going to be. You ain't gonna be able to do or say shit in front of these cameras, and it's a camera everywhere. Not just cameras, but microphones and cameras. Cameras that can hear clear audio and everything.
Yeah, don't ring door.
Identify you with facial recognition right away. That's also tied to a database. That's also tied to your financial stuff with the blockchain and crypto and digital currencies and all of that. And the fact that they're planning on building smart cities. That's complete control over the masses. That's 100% domination. And that's where we headed. And the thing is, she talking about the amount of people, they putting up that graph and talking about the amount of people that will accept surveillance. And we all already accepted surveillance in our house. Everybody that's on a computer right now, everybody in this chat right now, everybody that's in here right now have accepted surveillance in their home. If you got a ring doorbell, that's surveillance in your home. If you got an Alexa, that's surveillance in your home. If you got a smart TV, that's surveillance in your home. If you got a phone on you, that's surveillance in your home. If you got a laptop, a tablet, any of these, a smart refrigerator, a smart washing machine, all that shit is surveillance in your house. Like we 100% of us already accepted surveillance in our house and in our cars. We already effed up. Now all they gotta do is tweak the law to where you can't say or do anything that they don't misinformation. The government can deem anything as misinformation and then jam you up for it. Because they love changing those laws without us knowing. We wake up one day and next thing you know it's illegal to say this or illegal to do that when before it was perfectly fine. Now the government could come after you if you do basic things that you used to do before, and it wasn't a problem. But and they able to see in real time that you're doing these things and able to act and basically persecute you right on the scene. Artificial intelligent judges, artificial intelligent police with humanoid robots, artificial intelligent finding systems where they can find you and get your money in real time. Like you, before you know, they send you the ticket in the mail or something like that, and you got to pay it later or something. But now they have real time access to your account through digital currencies, what they just signed into law called the Genius Act. They just signed in the Genius Act to where cryptocurrency is going to be able to be issued by the banks and the government. So you got to see, this is chess, not checkers. They are literally building a digital prison all around us, and we're not seeing it. We're accepting it because we getting incentives. You get to have your fame by being on social media. You get to, you know, communicate with people you never would have communicated with before. You get to see and talk to your favorite celebrities. See, all this is just incentives to get you. You're able to make some money on your account. Yeah, the longer you stream, the more money you make. They want you streaming 24/7. They love when the kids look up to Kai Cenat and Aiden Ross and them, and they playing video games for 24 hours straight or 2 days straight online. They want that. They want the kids to be conditioned by that because they want us on in front of the camera 24/7. So when they tweak the law, when everything is going to become illegal, they can prosecute your ass right away. And that all that's going to do is just going to create a prison. That's a digital prison.
That's why they rolling. That's why they rolling it out. You know, in increments.
Right.
They got to make it popular too. They got to make it a trend to do that as well. So that's what this is about. Let's get back into this.
Public spaces has lulled people into normalizing indiscriminate surveillance. Look, neither I nor the Cato Institute really know why there's a growing number of Americans who think that Big Brother watching us in our living rooms would somehow keep us safe. But look, not to get too harsh, if you're
really, that's not going to keep people safe. I'm gonna be honest, people. That's not gonna really keep people safe. Being this, all you're gonna see is a bunch of crime on camera.
That's what we've been seeing, though, JR.
Yeah, right. Facts. Bunch of crimes on camera. That's it.
When you scroll through Instagram and X and all that and Facebook, what do you see? A bunch of crime on camera. A whole bunch of hits. People putting in hits on camera. People getting beat up on camera. People stealing on camera. People getting robbed on camera.
Right.
That's all you see.
Brain has rotted so severely that you're under the impression that the government filming Americans in their own homes would somehow fight crime. Maybe you should consider that there are plenty of crimes captured on camera in public spaces that maybe should be dealt with first. Also consider the panic that set in among large swaths of the electorate in 2016 as it became clear that Trump won the presidential election. Would the pro-surveillance squad be down with Trump or Gollum spawn Stephen Miller spying in on what you're up to at home? That's the thing about Americans stupidly giving up their freedoms over promises of government protection. They tend to forget that their favored political party won't be in charge forever, and their role in concentrating power among government officials only helps to fast track us toward authoritarianism. And learning about history is important because it's the only way we can prevent repeating the same mistakes. You don't even have to go back far to see how our federal government has abused its power, especially when it comes to surveillance. The Bush administration was able to increase its power while decimating the civil liberties that we were enjoying through the Patriot Act following the 9/11 terrorist attacks on the World Trade Center. Americans were terrified of another attack, and the Bush administration exploited that fear to pass the Patriot Act. But Bush went even further.
That's what he was talking about. We've been talking about that forever. That Patriot Act. Them buildings, we know them buildings came down for a reason. Buildings just don't come down like that. So we know there was a play that was involved with that, and then we all found out the very next day, the very next morning, that the Patriot Act was signed. So people were so still devastated by what just happened in the city. You know what I mean? Like the world's devastated by what just happened. You know what I mean? So that right there kind of just distracted everybody from what was being signed into play. They knew Americans wouldn't accept. They knew America would not accept that if it wasn't for that tragedy that happened. So they basically scared people into submission. And that really they did it without the American people's authorization anyway. That was like executive order. They just signed it in. Americans ain't really know nothing what the Patriot Act was and all that.
They do that with everything though.
Yeah, so that's what they just did with the Genius Act. They had us focusing on Epstein, Diddy case. They had us confused. I mean, focusing on all this stuff that was going on while they were signing in the Genius Act. So y'all gotta peep the pattern we talking about. 9/11, Patriot Act, Diddy trial, Epstein trial, and all this other shit that happened. Trump getting shot in the air, and all that. You know what I mean? All that happened. Genius Act. So every time it's an act being signed into law, they gotta have some shit happening, some catastrophic shit happening in the media, or some high level celebrity going to jail and trial, and have us focusing on OJ and Michael Jackson case. And meanwhile, there's a lot of shit going on behind the scenes. Like during the night when all that OJ was going on, they was doing all this shit behind the scenes to set up the internet, or how the internet was going to be ran. They had all that going on. So now that's why we speaking on this right here with the surveillance 24/7, where they want to go with this. So let's continue, because we got some more receipts we got to pull up too.
Further with warrantless wiretapping, meaning that the government could spy on Americans without probable cause and without obtaining a warrant from a judge. In fact, back then, ABC News had reported on this. This is a piece from October 8th of 2008. And back then they wrote this: despite pledges by President George W. Bush and American intelligence officials to the contrary, hundreds of US citizens overseas have been eavesdropped on as they called friends and family back home, according to two former military intercept operators who worked at the giant National Security Agency Center in Fort Gordon, Georgia. Now, the piece also highlighted the two individuals who were blowing the whistle on this. One of them you're about to hear about, Adrian Kine, a 31-year-old US Army Reserve's Arab linguist assigned to a special military program at the NSA's back hall at Fort Gordon between November 2001 to 2003. She said that US military officers, American journalists, and American aid workers were routinely intercepted and collected on as they called their offices or homes in the United States. This was taking place as they were traveling abroad and calling into the United States to connect with their family members and their loved ones. Now, Kine described the contents of these calls as personal, private things with Americans who are not in any way, shape, or form associated with anything to do with terrorism. That is what she said. Oh, but by the way, it gets worse. Let's get to the other whistleblower. Another intercept operator, former Navy Arab linguist David Falk, says he and others in his section of the NSA facility at Fort Gordon routinely shared salacious or tantalizing phone calls that had been intercepted, alerting office mates to certain time codes of cuts that were available on each operator's computer. Hey, check this out, Falk says he would be told. There's good phone sex. There's some pillow talk. Pull up this call. It's really funny. Go check it out. It would be some colonel making pillow talk, and we would say, wow, this was crazy. And you know what? He's right. It was crazy. It was crazy that the government was able to spy in on all Americans.
That's insanity. Yeah, I don't know what happened to the volume.
Indiscriminately without even obtaining a warrant from a judge. In other words, these people unsurprisingly abused their power, and they did so under the false pretenses of keeping Americans safe. We have to look to history in order to learn valuable lessons from our past. The 14th Amendment to the Constitution makes clear that Americans should not be subjected to unreasonable searches. In fact, let's read from it right now. The right of the people to be secure in their persons, houses, papers, and effects against unreasonable searches and seizures shall not be violated, and no warrants shall issue, but upon probable cause, supported by oath or affirmation, describing the place to be searched and the persons or things to be seized. I mean, it's pretty clear. There needs to be probable cause. Bush administration threw that out the window during his time in office. And the Obama administration, of course, did nothing about it once he came into power. But let's put all of that aside, the politics of it aside. The real issue here is that when you give the government too much power, when you give away your civil liberties because you believe that the government's gonna protect you, it's gonna backfire. Luckily, there are wonderful protections for Americans in our Constitution, and we have to protect our civil liberties. Trading our freedoms for shallow promises of safety didn't make sense in the past, and it definitely doesn't make sense today either.
Listen, that's just let us have our guns. We protect our damn selves. Like we don't need government protection. We good. Just let us be able to maintain the Second Amendment and let us be able to keep bearing our firearms like we have. And we can protect our damn selves. We don't need all that, because as soon as you depend on the government to protect you, you're giving up all types of your freedoms and liberties. You know what I mean? For them to protect you. So we don't
protect nobody.
Right. We don't want y'all protection. We good. We just let us maintain Second Amendment and let us stay armed up. You know what I'm saying? And we protect our damn selves.
The government only protect the interests of themselves and protect the interests of the corporations that they secretly run. We gotta understand there's no Democrat and Republican. That's the first programming you have to break when you break this program, is that Democrat ran administration and that Republican ran. There's no difference between Obama and Trump, right, or motherfucking Biden and Bush. There's no difference between any of them. They're all on the same side. They act for us. They put on a show for us.
Yeah,
like they're against each other, and they blame each other for everything when both parties are always guilty.
That's what I'm saying. You gotta push politics.
Party blame each other for something. Both parties be right about it. That goes to show you that both parties ain't shit. Like they it's like wrestling. It's like the WWE. It's like wrestling. For us, they put on a show like they hate each other. Yeah, I'm gonna, you know what I mean? Like Hulk Hogan just died. You know what I'm saying? That's a great example. Look how like Hulk Hogan and Macho Man was beefing. Yeah, I'm gonna get you, brother. I'm gonna do it. But then behind the scenes, they go have a beer together and be sleeping at each other's house and all that type of stuff. Like that's how it is with them. They only protecting the interests of the government that they run because they able to rob the people. See, the government is one big ass scam set up to rob the general public and make us think that they're, doing things for our safety and for our protection. But it's never for our safety or for our protection. It's always to get us in the end. It's always to stab us in the back, poop us in the butt, and everything else that they do. You know what I'm saying? And that's all it's about. It's never about
no diddy.
It's never about protecting us. It's never about making sure we good. They don't give two shits if we good or not. In fact, they do better when we do bad because they able to get more control through tragedies and all. They love when tragedies and stuff happen. Just like a lot of cops out there love the crime that go, because without the crime, they wouldn't get paid. When I be seeing videos of these young kids walking around in Chicago with AK-47s and all that type of stuff, I'm like, that's government was allowed them access to guns. Like those switches and stuff that they putting on the pistols is able to make them shoot like a freaking rifle. Those are government-made switches. Those are government-made guns that they giving to those kids to kill each other. And of course, we said this plenty of times on this platform. The music and all that stuff is also government sponsored. See, these corporations are secretly government operations. A lot of these corporations that own the music and own the entertainment business and all that, those are government ran operations. If you really dig deep and find out who's really running that shit or who's really making the decisions, it'll tie back to some intelligence agency. Like they are really doing a number on us. And we just accept it. Most of the crime that's going on in the city is the baseline of it is some type of government ran operation. They showed us that shit in the the movie They Clone Tyrone on Netflix with Jamie Foxx.
Yeah.
They were showing you how most of that shit that goes down is government sponsored. These are black operation programs. Just like we telling y'all, this Speed and Kai Cenat and Aiden Ross, those are government ran programs
without them even
knowing it. Yeah.
Right.
Kai Cenat and all them, they just think that they, you know what I mean, they just got motion, that they blowing up because of their personality. And I'm not putting nothing past them. They can have good personalities and all that, but the algorithm is going to favor them because they want to condition the younger generation to always be on camera.
Streamers. Right.
Yep.
Like
the
DG, like
generation aspire to always be on camera and to accept the camera in your house and turned on 24/7 to the public, because that is the operation right there that they want to run, so they could eventually lock everything down with this totalitarianism style government, which is the end game is smart cities and artificial intelligence set by them, the elite, the so-called elite. I don't think they're elite.
So they're pushing aside the major celebrity, right? And they're making the streamers the new celebrities. They're making them the new celebrity, right? Which we gonna get into this segment too, but we need y'all to double tap the screen. This video is sponsored by NightandDayHerbals.com. You know what I'm saying? Where we sell high quality CBD products, detoxes, and you know, make sure y'all take advantage of the sales that we got. You know what I mean? You see the link is in the description of this video, description of the chat. Man, we you know, we had to specialize in selling high quality products because we getting poison from every goddamn corporation you could think of. So head over there, man. Support the shop. You know what I mean? Join the email list. Get $5 off right along with the sale we got going on. We have high quality detox drinks on here with nothing but top organic ingredients like black seed oil, maca root, elderberry, things of that nature, like natural stuff you put in your body. Super greens. We have sea moss tea, sea moss, you know, infused fruit sea moss. You know what I mean? Detoxes, CBD cigarettes, pre-rolls. You know what I mean? We got the CBD cigarettes on here, the pre-rolls, cigars as well, loose flowers, vapes. We got the edibles on here. Check us out, man. NightandDayHerbals.com. Use the 40% off the gummies and all the CBD smokes. So you'll see that at the top of the website, man. So I wanted to jump in this article that was put out by Vibe magazine, right? And this dude, the boy, and I seen a bunch of his videos too on viral on the internet. DDG says streamers are the new celebrities, more popular than rappers. The quote said, you drop an album, you gotta come talk to the content creators, because we're going to do more than the radio going to do for you. And that's a fact. That's a fact. So DDG said the streamer revolution is just starting, but they have already become more popular than the rappers. During the interview with Complex 360 with Speedy, the YouTube creator was asked whether or not he felt the streamers surpassed the rappers' level of celebrity. DDG didn't hold back, and the outspoken YouTuber responded that the streamers have 100% accomplished this feature, and that they feel like that content creators period through the period though. He said, we are the public relations. It feels good to be my own PR. I don't think if I'm doing a good job or not, but we are the PR. We are the PR. We are the stops. You can drop an album. You got to come talk to the content creators, because we are going to do more for you than the radio could do for you. I feel like streamers are definitely the new celebrities, and you can see that. You see all the Casanats bringing A-list celebrities to his home to stream with him. Rappers, he's bringing all the rappers there. Basically, his fan base is actually colliding with their fan base. You know what I'm saying? So, and the streamers are becoming more popular because the algorithm is favoring them more. The algorithm is favoring them more over the rappers.
That's preset.
Yeah, they set right.
That's these corporations and governments presetting the algorithm to favor streamers because they want people streaming 24/7. And
Right.
that's what Kai Cenat and Speed just did a gaming thing where they played the new Mario game for 24 hours straight.
Right.
Like they literally, it could have been 2 days straight, where they don't take no breaks. Like they're in front, and that's what the establishment wants, especially for future generations.
I think because Kai Cenat did a whole week. I think they did like a jail setting thing where they brung all these celebrities in, all the rappers, actors, big people on influence, and brung them all together to film this 24/7 week-long stream of them reenacting like in prison. Like if you ever see the what's the joint inside the prison where they hire people to go in there and act like they're prisoners. I forgot the name of it because I watch it all the time, but I forgot the name at this time. But y'all know what I'm talking about. So they reenacted like a whole prison scene and filmed that for like a week straight. You know what I'm saying? So they was on camera 24/7. They showed them going to sleep, waking up, eating breakfast. Like everything was done on camera. So you can see where the conditioning is happening, where they want the future generations to have cameras on 24/7, where you could actually tune in, watch them wake up, eat breakfast. You know what I mean? Take showers, like on some Truman Show type shit, right?
But you know where they first started this conditioning? With the show Big Brother, the reality TV show.
Right, exactly. Fact.
And that was like in 1999 or 1997 that show came out.
Yeah.
Big Brother. It was literally called Big Brother, and they actually showed these people in a post-apocalyptic type of situation, and they had to survive, and the camera was on them 24/7. That was like one of the first shows. And it's crazy they called it Big Brother because Big Brother, is from the novel 1984 we was telling y'all to check out. That's basically telling us the blueprint of this future that they want everybody in this digital prison. And that's exactly where we all headed. So these streamers are just going to get bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. And you see, they get paid more. They getting paid more than A-list celebrities right now.
Yeah, I'm gonna pull up their salary, like what they're actually making. And this is based off of just what the platform is paying them. This is not including, endorsements and all, because they get crazy endorsements. All right, so I wanted to finish reading this part right here.
Finish that thought real quick, because this ties directly into 1984. You remember in 1984, the kids had more power than the adults.
Yeah, they did.
Kids was exalted in 1984, and the kids were the ones that led the whole Big Brother program in 1984. See, they always focused on the kids, and that's what Hitler used to do. He called it Hitler Youth, and he would actually empower the kids even more than the adults, and the kids become the leaders. And that's exactly what this same system they're using, this same system against us now. That's why you see these kids, Speed and Kai Cenat and Aiden Ross.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to get into. Right.
That's why they're leading all this stuff. They lead it all, whether they know it or not. Rather and a lot of them, and they probably don't know, because this is indirect conditioning. See, the government got it. They got the program down so well that they can exalt whatever they want without the person even knowing that they're even part of that program of influence. They don't know. They're kids. A lot of them wasn't even around before.
Dang, your mic going out.
For babies in diapers. Some of them wasn't even born when the Patriot Act came into play.
They wasn't even born, right? Some of them wasn't even born yet.
Born when the Patriot Act came into play.
Or they was real babies.
Or they were in diapers.
Yeah.
So they're the perfect ones to condition for this new age. And that's exactly what they're doing. But those of us, the millennials, those of us who were born in the 80s and 90s, we seen it all come about, and we heard the conspiracy theories over the years of this is where they want. And back then, when you used to talk like this back then, people used to, oh, that's a conspiracy theory, man. Oh, shut up. Nobody ain't trying to hear that. But now we're actually here. The conspiracies have came true. The theories have became facts. Now it's conspiracy facts. They was getting on it. Oh, ain't gonna be no artificial intelligent robots and stuff walking around. Oh, there ain't no such thing as no.
Yeah, they walking around now. You see,
your brain.
Yeah, right.
Oh, there ain't no chip government installing your brain. People will never accept cameras and stuff in their house.
Yeah,
I
they
don't know why
still now.
that 1984 stuff is going to come true. Nobody had never accept. That was the talk. That was the dialogue in the 90s. People didn't believe that we would get here. And the way that we got here is because they enticed us with shit. Like they made it cool and trendy to have a camera in your house. They made it cool and trendy to have a Ring doorbell or, you know what I mean, or a smart TV and all that shit, and Siri and Alexa. See, they made it cool, so now it don't look as threatening as it was when we was talking about it in the 90s. But actually, it is really threatening because, like we just showed y'all earlier, PayPal had something in their policy where they was going to charge people $2,500 for a fine if they found out you was saying misinformation on your social media, and that's tied directly to your bank account. So PayPal will be able to freeze your money if they don't like what you say on social media.
This is crazy.
This is crazy.
Yeah, make sure y'all double tap the screen, like this video. All right, so with the streamers becoming increasingly popular on a platform such as Kick, Twitch, TikTok, Trovo, YouTube Gaming, skyrocketing, more people could jump in front of a camera to create live content. The steady rise in popularity has led to celebrity appearing on various live streams, hanging out with the likes of Kai Cenat, Aiden Ross, XQC, and more. Lil Yachty spoke on this revolution during an interview with Club Shay Shay, where he echoed DDG sentiments, and the streamers are bigger than rappers. So that's where matter of fact, here's a clip of it. So that's where they go. That's where they going with it. That's where they going with it. You say you can't hear it? The volume?
There wasn't no volume, nah.
No volume.
Mm-mm.
Man, this is fucking proud. They still must be trying to work out that bug, cause all right, let me go back.
You supposed to say, nah, you supposed to fight it.
Kai.
Are streamers bigger than rappers now?
Absolutely. Some of them.
Damn.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
That was quick, Yachty. You supposed to say, nah, you supposed to fight it.
Kai is.
Kai.
Kai and
Show.
Speed
Yeah.
are. See, Kai and Speed is probably the top streamers right now. So what we telling y'all, man? This is leading to the future. The Gen X is basically leading the kids into the future to stream 24/7. So they gonna make it so cool looking, and they're gonna give so much incentives out for that they're gonna accept it. They're like, oh, we can stream 24/7 and we can make $500,000 a month. But that's not every
Kai.
Yeah, that's not every streamer. Every streamer can't make $500,000 a month.
Hell no.
First of all, they're not gonna set their platform up because they'll lose money if every streamer made $500,000 a month. That ain't every streamer. You know what I'm saying? But I know they give the next generation hope by using people like Kai Cenat as the head figure of streaming, so kids can look up to him and be like, yeah, I want to be like Kai Cenat. He's a big streamer. He makes $250,000 to $500,000 a month. You know what I'm saying? Off of streaming on Twitch 24/7. I want to be like that. You know what I mean? That's where they going with it.
See, Coley Greens, you made a good point, but you got Coley Green said streamers richer than rappers, not bigger than them. Same streamers, y'all say bigger, still look up to the rappers. Yeah, because these streamers are for the future generation. A lot of Kai Cenat and Speed and all, a lot of their fans don't even know who those rappers are. Because you gotta think about it. Kai Cenat and Speed appeal to kids that's even younger than them. See, they appealing to kids who's
13 and up. Even younger, right?
Even younger. Kids like 10 years old know who Speed and Kai Cenat is, but they don't know who, you know what I mean, put a rapper up. They didn't even know that Ice Cube rap or like, yeah, they don't know that these individuals, some of these people even rap. You know what I'm saying? Or even know who they are. Like Kai didn't even know who didn't he know? It was some
he didn't know who Wale was.
He didn't know who Wale was. So just imagine Kai Cenat's fans. They damn sure don't know who Wale is. A lot of them
Kai Cenat fans don't know who Wale is.
I
They
mean, some
more
of them did, some of them did, but majority of them don't. That's the generation they want to appeal to because they want
yeah.
the younger generation to look up to Kai Cenat and them, while the older generation of the rappers and all that, they dying out. They want them to, a lot of them old Hollywood and old music industry, they want them to die out.
Mm-hmm.
They want them to die. They want them to be like artifacts in a museum. As you can see, they dropping like flies, and that's a good thing for the establishment. They don't want these rappers and all them on top anymore. They want the streamers to take their place. And that's what's happening. The streamers are going to take all their place. You got to think about 10 years from now, who's going to be running things? 15 years from now, all the rappers that Kai and all them look up to is going to be dead and gone, or not, or basically non-existent, not relevant or whatever. And then who's going to take their place? More people like Kai Cenat and Speed. People who stream and have surveillance in their home 24/7 because they looking to get a paycheck and some fame.
Yeah.
That's all that's going to be left 10, 15 years from now if we keep going at this rate. That's all.
It's going at this rate. It's going at this rate.
Yeah, that's all that's going to be left.
Right. Because we're going to be passed on, and the next Gen Zs, or the next generation X, I guess they call it, that's the next. They all going to be adopting this model of content, streaming 24/7 in your home and getting paid for it. So, all right, this is a layout of small streamers from 5 to 10 average views. I guess that's, I don't know if that's 1,000. I guess $50 to $200 a month. You got mid-tier streamers. 1,000, 10,000 views, 500 to 30,000 a month. Top streamers like, XQC and Ninja. You could throw Kai Cenat and them niggas in there. 100,000 to 500,000 a month, and that's not including. That varies. You know what I mean, up and down. That's not including the brand deals that most of them get too. So, yeah. So this is where we're going with that. But I wanted to jump into this video too. Well put together video by this sister that put together. Her channel is Cara Days, and the title of it is "The Fall of Celebrity Culture and the Rise of Streamers." So I want to get into this video here. Once again, the channel is Cara Daze, CARADAZE. Y'all can go over there and subscribe. She put this video together, so we're gonna go ahead and get into this, man. Let me know if y'all can hear this too. It's backed by the fair use, and let's go ahead and get into this.
Yep.
Why would you put it on white mode?
I always get hit in the face during like ball events.
Huh?
Okay, no. Yours was perfect.
Why you on my dick, bro?
Mind you, this is my bad. I'm gonna just say what this is. Mind you, this is Stream University. This is Kai Cenat Streaming University. So he's basically teaching other people how to stream, other Gen Zs on how to become streamers. So that's what you see in here with all this shit.
Okay, I'm gonna go to the bathroom. I'll be right back.
Okay.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Coxina de frango. Okay. It's like warm. It's like warm. It is. Try it. Here we go. Okay. I like it. It's like meat inside. Chicken. I like it. How much?
Tell me why I can tell you exactly what Kai Cenat ate every day for breakfast last week and everything he was doing, but I couldn't tell you the last time I cared about Chris Hemsworth. The old school celeb era is falling off, and in its place, streamers, YouTubers, TikTokers, basically vibe curators who feel like your internet bestie. Today, we're diving into the fall of traditional celebrity culture and the rise of streamer fame.
Yo, chat, why this game so fun, chat?
How did red carpet royalty get replaced by people in gaming chairs screaming into $400 mics? Let's talk about it. But if you are new here, hi, my name is Caroline, your internet bestie who loves to yap and use my love of commentary to give glory to God and uplift other women. If you agree or disagree with anything said here, leave a comment down below as I love learning and growing with all of you. Celebs are too distant now. Let's start with the obvious. Celebrity culture used to be all about distance and separation. They wanted celebrities to be an unattainable figure. We didn't always know what's going on in their lives. We couldn't actively interact with them before social media was huge and it was all about magazines and just seeing them in the media that was given to us over movies and TV shows. But times are very much changing. Movie stars, A-list musicians, they were aspirational, not relatable. You only saw them at premieres, award shows, or in Vogue spreads. But Gen Z, we grew up during a time where access is everything. If I cannot see what your living room looks like, hear you cry on live, or get a what I can eat in the day, I'm bored. According to the Morning Consult, only 13% of Gen Z say they look up to traditional celebrities, while 60% say that they're way more influenced by digital creators. The rise of real-time fame. In real time. There's no PR team editing the moment. When Kai Cenat or iShowSpeed get swatted or cry on stream or go through a struggle, we can all see that in real time and we can relate. It's all about relatability now. Honestly, that kind of unfiltered access builds deep loyalty. It makes me think about how growing up, a lot of us had celebrities that we looked up to, that we were fans of, a part of their fandom, and still a lot of us are. But I can only think of One Direction. That's the biggest thing that comes to mind right now because I was such a huge fan of One Direction. But I felt like I knew them and I could relate to them and I understood them and I had that deep loyalty based off of watching numerous videos on YouTube about them and just opening up my world to consume content of them and seeing them so much. Because when you see people so much, when you're always consuming something that has to do with your favorite celebrity, you start to genuinely feel like you know them, like you understand them, like you're friends with them. That's where those deep-seated fans come from. Now take that, but put it in real time. That is essentially what streamers are in today's day and age. We can grow with these figures, but it's no longer us looking up little compilations and finding ways to consume more of this person.
Pause that there too, because she made a good point that basically the new thing is going to be real-time reality TV. A person sitting in front of their computer or doing things in front of the camera in real time. Like a lot of reality TVs we show are pre-recorded. They got to be edited. You know what I mean? It takes a long time for them to actually put the show out. So, like I said before, when Zeus Network was creating that whole Krishan and Blueface wave, right? They already had pre-recorded the show. You know what I mean? But they had them beefing in real time to go along while the show was, in season. While the show was in season, they had them beefing in real time. So it was like the reality, real time, hit the live button, we going in, and that helped promote the pre-recorded show. You see what I'm saying? That helped push the pre-recorded show further by them beefing in real time. So that's what we seeing. We starting to see the transition of pre-recorded shit going out the window. Is press the live button. We live 24/7. Whatever happens within that live stream is what happening in there and within that live stream. So,
But what is this like?
Huh?
What is that like? That's the Truman Show.
Yeah, that's the Truman Show shit. Yeah, that's what the Truman Show is. Yeah.
Yep.
Right. So they hold the whole. What they're trying to do is condition people to go live longer. You know what I mean? Live longer. And whatever happens in that live stream, like you could do the most craziest shit in that live stream. You know what I'm saying? For the viewers. But now you got a competition. Now everybody's competing to get viewers. So this is where a lot of beefs and shit is happening online. A lot of shit is happening online because people is competing. Now motherfuckers ready to go to war on this motherfucker just to get viewers. You see what I'm saying? So that's where the Hunger Games, Squid Game shit is coming in at as well. You could do the most try to outdo each other on the live stream and see who can outdo, each other and get the most viewers, the most views, you know what I mean, and shit like that. So that's what we seeing. This content about to get more crucial. I'm telling you,
That's when the
this shit
you
is
gotta
getting
think about it. This is still a Roman based system. So
right.
so when you were saying they competing, that's like the
Yeah,
Colosseum.
yeah,
That's like the gladiator games. That's where Mr. Beast come in at.
right.
You gotta
Mr.
think
Beast
about
doing
a lot
whole
of
big
Mr.
ass
Beast
productions.
content is like that. See if you could do this for this amount of time and win this amount of money. But so it's going to transition because as generation through generation, we're getting more and more desensitized. So what they're doing is they're actually conditioning each generation to be more and more desensitized from the content. So eventually it'll get like Squid Games or the
Yeah,
Hunger Games. And that's when that generation and that we just a couple of generations away from that. Because you gotta think about it, there's been many governments throughout history who sat back and let death type of games go on.
yeah.
Death games.
Death games, right?
And they already
Right.
starting it like like the UFC and all that type of stuff. We slowly but surely getting there. And then they combine and then they keep programming us with movies like The Purge and Squid Games and all that, the Hunger Games and all that shit. We're slowly getting there. And people are getting more because you gotta think about the desensitization of society. Like people are stand
Yeah,
around recording somebody dying with their
uh,
phone and not even get help just because it's
right.
going to get views.
Facts.
So that mindset is going to transition into shit like the Squid Games or the Hunger Games or the Purge. And then being on camera 24/7 capturing that,
Yeah,
that's the society that they want to build right there, where people would do anything to get money and fame on camera. And we already got the
and it's
kids
already
already
there.
got that mentality.
Yeah, they got the
Just
mentality
imagine,
now.
just imagine when they start getting in political positions and they start changing the laws to reflect that. See, that's what's happening. And you gotta think about it. If you gotta think about even in books like the Bible, even showed you how generations got worse and worse over time, and they ended up engaging in that type of stuff. And they show you how like the Christians and stuff was being thrown into the lions in the Colosseum for the entertainment of the Roman society, showing people being ripped
Yeah,
apart.
yeah, that's right.
Yeah, that's where we headed to, because now if you go on Instagram and all that, they try to force that into your algorithm, showing you all these deaths and hits and all this people killing and beating on each other. They trying to push that in our algorithm now. Even if you don't watch that type of content, Instagram and all them suggest that type of content for you.
Yeah,
And you're starting to see freaking cartel hits and all that type of stuff on Instagram.
yeah, and then
On
yeah,
Ring
because
doorbell
rain
and
cameras,
security
right?
cameras.
Rain cameras catching everything, like that whole shootout, that whole thing in Philly that happened.
Right. So
Like
they're
a couple weeks ago.
desensitizing us on purpose because they want
They
this
showing
Squid
up,
Games
right?
type of society to affect.
Jeez. I mean, hey, let's continue.
Is we can go and see this person in real time and watch and sit down and hang out with them essentially. It's kind of a cheat code, but I think the delusion in it is different, because when you like a celebrity, you're delusional in thinking that you actually really know the celebrity, or that you understand them or really know anything about them personally. However, I do feel like there is a bit of realism when it comes to a streamer that you watch every day and you literally see their day to day. Although there is still some scripting and some acting depending on the streamer, you actually might know some things about that streamer that is real. And I think that's what's fascinating, and it does really build that deep loyalty. For example,
So they went from people do that. They went from sitcoms to all that whole ordeal, and to reality TV.
I don't skip the talk shows like
Oh yeah,
Danny
talk show. My
Snyder.
bad. Yeah, man, I forgot
They
about
started
yeah.
desensitizing us to
Talk.
that
Yeah,
first.
actually, that started there because that became more reality TV based. Let's start there with the Jerry Springers, the Maury shows, and all them shows throughout the
Kenny
'90s that we watched.
Jones,
Kenny
Ricky
Jones,
Lake,
right?
all that shit.
It went from that to the Real's World. I think was the first reality TV show on MTV. I think it was Real World, right?
It was
the
Real World, yeah.
Real World, right? Then they start making content based off of reality TV. But the thing about all that shit still was pre-recorded. It wasn't
Right.
It wasn't in real time. Know what I mean, it was still pre-recorded. It had to be edited up. It had to be packaged up and put out. Nah, this shit graduated to straight turn on that live stream. Let's get busy. Whatever happened in that live stream is what happened. Everything's done in real time. So we get to sit back and watch the shit. Mind you, people are donating at the same time all the crazy shit is happening. They're sending super chats, super stickers, what's them shits they be having on TikTok and all that shit. All them sending them little funny things and all that, Bigo, and at the same time, people are paying to see more outlandish shit. So what you think is going to happen with a society like that, where people are getting paid to see more crazier shit? That means the content creators going to get even more fucking crazier, because they going, I mean, it's about getting crazy, getting paid to be crazy on your live stream, doing the most craziest shit. You know what I'm saying? At the same time, you taking donations from the people. So you on there saying, yo, send $2,500 and I'll cut this person's head off, some shit like that. Like, you see what I'm saying?
The last Black Mirror episode was basically about that.
Yeah, you see what I'm saying? Like,
the last Black Mirror episode was exactly what you're talking about. And that's another programming, the Black Mirror on Netflix.
Yeah.
That original series, which is a really good series, but it's a little bit, you know what I mean? It's hitting too close to home of where they trying to take things. And remember, JR, they beta tested the live streaming shit with Justin.tv.
Justin TV.
Remember Justin TV?
And Ustream.
Yup, Ustream and Justin.tv. Yup. That was like some of the first streaming services that was out there. Justin.tv and Ustream. Facts.
Yep.
And they didn't quite last. They didn't quite
Periscope,
last.
Periscope came in like right after that.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, then they had shit like Periscope, and you know what I mean, then YouTube allowed people to start live streaming and shit like on their channels. Remember, YouTube started out, they didn't have this live stream shit. They didn't start off with that. They implemented that live stream shit later on.
Right.
Only thing you could do is upload videos. That's
Upload
it.
videos, facts.
Then they implemented that live stream. So you got to think about, why is all these platforms implementing this live stream? Because they want people streaming 24/7.
24/7 surveillance. 24/7.
So they can know your whereabouts 24/7. So they can track crime 24/7. So
Plus,
they
they want to
track
gather
activity.
for the artificial intelligence. They feeding the artificial intelligence because they want to build they want to build an artificial intelligent clone on everybody on the planet.
Yeah, right.
That's how they be able to get to know you, because the artificial intelligence will build a profile and actually create an artificial intelligent being based off of you. Your whole chemistry, everything, your think, your patterns, your voice, the way you move, everything. They able to capture all that through the camera, and by you being on camera 24/7, they're able to even make it even more accurate.
Yeah.
So that's another thing that they're doing. They're creating clones, artificial intelligent clones, and that's another whole live stream right there.
Facts.
That's another whole live stream, because the artificial intelligence shit is getting deep.
Facts.
That's another whole problem right there that's being misused.
Yes, sir. All right, let's get back into it real quick.
Example, Kai Cenat's Streamer University wasn't just viral, it was genius. And I'm not gonna lie, I was very ashamed that I consumed majority of that content for but don't try to play. If you're watching this video, you probably watched a little bit of it too. We're all guilty. He flew out small creators and put them on a stream, put them on a platform, and mentored them and gave them the platform that they needed to grow as an individual, as a creator, as their perspective lanes, whatever they were in, they were all able to grow. That's not just content.
What I tell you, they training the next generation to accept that whole streaming 24/7 shit. So they're training right now. They conditioning the next generation to accept that, and they cool with that because they looking at Kai Cenat, Aiden Ross, and XQC, whatever the niggas' names. I don't watch none of these streaming shit because I'm more of an older generation. But I'll be seeing, because they go viral like every week. So you know what I mean, you seeing clips of that on the timeline and all that. But yeah, I mean, your grandchildren, and I mean, and your great grandchildren are gonna be the ones doing this shit. They're gonna be the ones into doing the 24/7 streaming in the home. You know what I'm saying? So this is where the next content creation is going. You know what I mean?
That's community building. Streamer metrics show insane engagement. Twitch's top streamers averaged 20,000 live viewers daily, compared to that of 2023 Oscars, where Gen Z had an all-time low amount of viewership. So I asked you a question to leave in the comments. Would you rather meet your favorite actor or your favorite streamer? If you're not really big into streaming, that's fine. I guess you can transcend the question to your favorite social media star, your favorite TikToker. Honestly, I feel like Gen Zers would all pretty much rather meet their favorite social media star. I honestly do see some exceptions. Like, a lot of people would love to meet like Beyonce or, you know, some of your other favorite celebrities. Celebrities still hold a lot of pull. But I also just feel like most of us would love to just meet our favorite influencers. But then again, it makes me think, isn't the whole point of them being influencers and streamers and having that relatability kind of mean that meeting them would be a little anticlimactic because we already kind of feel like we know them and kind of feel like they're accessible, whereas somebody like Beyonce is not? Oh, I don't know. What do you think?
Yeah. What's the brand?
My brand Hefe Aura.
Hefe Aura? I'm just gonna get something real quick.
Keep going.
Okay, thank you so much.
Wendy. I've been telling y'all, don't interact with the fans. You knew that since the first day. Keep walking because you're gonna excite them, and if it gets shut down, because y'all don't know how to follow directions. That's messed up Kai paper already.
What?
You heard me.
Oh my god.
I messed up Kyle paper. Trying to interact with the fans.
I wanna cry.
You're fine, Wendy.
Wait, just don't show. Just don't show. Just don't show.
Are you okay?
Mind you,
It's okay,
this is
sorry.
live. This chick live stream.
They're gonna get mad at me.
Okay. You okay? You'll be alright, okay?
Thank you.
She must got kicked out.
Parasocial bonds and the internet bestie effect. What streamers have mastered and old celebs never did was the parasocial effect. You feel like you know them. Like I mentioned, you see them happy, sad, crying, tired, eating. You're basically in their room every day. It's going to very quickly build that parasocial connection. Compare that to a celebrity who's posting one PR-approved carousel every 12 days. Streamers are giving access, personality, and continuity. A 2022 paper in Cyber Psychology found that consistent real-time interaction with creators fosters stronger parasocial bonds than pre-recorded content. Fame is democratized now. I'm not gonna lie, in light of...
So you seeing where the content going, bro. If you ain't streaming on this motherfucker 24/7, you a person that's a business person, or you a person that make content. If you ain't a person that's streaming 24/7, or at least streaming long hours of the fucking day, you gonna get swallowed up, because that's what they pushing everybody towards, streaming for long periods of time. That's where they going with this shit. You know what I'm saying? That's where they going with this shit. If your live stream ain't on this motherfucker streaming constantly, you know what I'm saying? Because people going to flock to the people that's streaming all day. Because most people, they forcing everybody in their homes. People be chilling. People be at work. People be at work tuned in. People be, you know what I mean, at the store, grocery store tuned. Everybody got their phone in their hand. So you got to think about this for a minute. They're going to flock towards the people that's streaming all day. That's a form of entertainment. So they're going to, whoever's streaming the longest, that's where people going to flock to. You know what I'm saying? That's where they pushing the content, bro. Shit crazy. Yeah. Shit crazy.
All the crazy stuff that unraveled this year and in 2024 with tons of celebrities. I don't think I need to name the ones that are currently trending. It honestly has turned me off, and I'm sure a lot of you off, from the idea of just being famous in general, especially with a lot of the dark secrets that are coming out from Hollywood, from child stars that are now growing up and realizing the impact of what they went through, to current Hollywood stars who are going to jail and getting convicted for their crimes in the past. It's a sad thing to see, but it makes you wonder, like, this thing that we all grew up all fantasizing about, you know, everybody wanted to be a celebrity, wanted to make it big, wanted to be a singer, seeing these people who we couldn't touch and just wonder what that life would be like. No longer is really looking at that life attractively. However, streamers are actually looking like they're having fun because they're essentially just getting paid to be themselves. And
that's a fact. I'm glad she I'm glad she pointing out all these facts. Like, shout out to this sister for doing this video because she's a Gen X. She's seeing where this shit is going. So she breaking it down of the old traditional celebrity versus the new celebrity that's gonna be the 24-hour streaming ass celebrity that you get to peek into his life 24 or her life 24/7. So you're gonna have more connection with that person, right? You're gonna have a Truman Show, bro, right? You're gonna have more connection with a person that you constantly see all the time. You know what I mean? And with the mega celebrities, they merge, like the top streamers are merging with the top celebrities. So you see Casa not bringing in goddamn Kevin Hart, you know what I'm saying? Nicki Minaj, like you starting to see the worlds emerge.
And you see the crossover. Kevin Hart bought Kai Cenat and Drewski on stage at the award show.
Right, facts. So y'all see
and allowed Kai Cenat, and they allowed Kai Cenat to record behind the scenes.
Yeah, they allow.
They usually don't allow that.
Yep, facts. So that's telling you right there. That's giving you the insight right there for the simple fact they let Kai Cenat stream at an award show where they don't even allow that shit to go on. They emerging the worlds. This is where we're going. If you ain't on this motherfucker streaming all goddamn day, then you're gonna get basically rubbed out by the people that's on this motherfucker streaming all the time. Because people want to be online, they want to be entertained. They want to go where a motherfucker streaming 24 hours. That's just what it is.
And they turning the world. They basically turning this world into a real life video game.
Yeah, or it's the Truman Show, man.
You know how because once people start competing and all that, and then the artificial intelligence take place, and you got to listen to the younger generation lingo. Listen to their lingo. Their lingo is gamer lingo.
Yeah,
like the gaming shit has took over their world so much that now they starting to look at the world as just a video game.
Yeah.
Like just think about how they talk. They say shit like NPC, non-playable character. Got the kids calling each other NPCs. They saying stuff like new fare unlocked and shit like that. Listen to the lingo. They're turning their brand. Yeah, so they're going to turn the world basically into one huge game that the artificial intelligence is going to run and basically treat humans like disposable players in the game.
Yeah, right.
Like Squid Games, or there's another joint out there called Alice in Borderland, where they basically treat you treat humans like a damn disposable game.
Right. And you can kind of already see it like you can see it on YouTube. Motherfuckers getting the beef. They striking each other channels, reporting each other shit, trying to get you the fuck up out of here. That's part of the game, ain't it?
That's part of the game.
So that's gonna be the streamers. That's gonna be the 24 hours. They're gonna be competing.
Yep.
Striking each other's shit, reporting shit, because there's no humans involved. This is artificial intelligence that's actually overseeing the activities of the content creators. So there's no humans. So if you got the wits to try to know how to work the AI and get a person to fuck up out of here, then they gone. It's a game. It's a game, bro. This shit is all a game. And it's like the movie Platform, bro. Y'all gotta go on Netflix to watch the movie Platform.
It's like so many different series.
It's like so many different movies. But they conditioning us. Yeah, right. All these movies and shit they doing are nothing but commercials for our subconscious to accept this shit when it's being rolled out. And it's rolled out. We already accepted it.
We already accepted it.
We already accepted this shit because we in it now. Yep. We live streaming right now, talking to y'all. We already in the game.
The irony in that.
Right.
In real time, we sitting here talking about it while we're doing it.
Yeah, we in the game, bro. If you're a content creator, you in the game. Yes, you in the game, bro.
And just think about all the movies like The Running Man with Arnold Schwarzenegger. Remember that shit?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Just think about how they conditioning us to set this digital prison where they gonna occupy us with basically death games.
Yeah,
That's
if it
where
start
it's
getting
headed.
to that, yeah, if it start getting in the death game, bro, this shit is
That's
gonna be
where it's
like
going,
crazy.
bro. That's where it's going. They already desensitizing us. When you see the younger generation rather record someone on their phone dying rather than calling for help, they use their phone to record for their social media before they use their phone to call for help.
That's true.
So it's already in their mindset to be like that. So just imagine if they're like that, imagine how their kids are going to be.
Shit, they like that now. Shit, the
But I'm
kids crazy
saying if
now.
the kids are like that, just imagine how the kids like how far the kids are willing to take it.
Yeah,
And then
it's hard.
then their parents is going to be the new politicians that's going to be all right with signing this shit into law.
Yeah.
To where they're able to do these types of games, and people are already looking at life like a game. You already the way they got the system set up has already been like a game, but now
Yeah.
they raising the stakes and making it more interesting with all this technology and the artificial intelligence to go along with it, and real-time money system that they bringing in. The crypto digital system is a real-time money system. A real-time money system.
Right, it's crazy.
Real-time streaming. Real-time money.
Yeah, real-time money system,
Yep.
right? You can get I mean, then we already conditioned by with you know what I mean through apps and shit like Cash App and all that. You get that money right away. But the being is the new digital crypto technology allows you to get that money right away at low cost, at large amounts though. At larger amounts.
Yo, y'all need to share this live stream and get this out to people. Need to hear this in mass.
The truth ain't popular right now. You know what I mean? The truth ain't popular until that shit start happening.
Well, it is happening. It's happening in real time. It's just not consolidated yet. It's still all over the place, but it's coming together. And you can see, and I'm telling you what's going to bring it all together is that new financial system.
Yeah.
Once they hook everybody up to that blockchain and get that artificial intelligence popping and start and build the first smart city in the United States, that's when the shit's going to be popping.
Right.
And the smart cities is going to be like big gaming centers. It's going to be like a game living in that. Because everything is monitored. Everything is AI controlled. You know, and you're going to be 100% dominated living inside of a smart city.
Yeah.
But they're gonna make it appealing. They're gonna have your favorite streamer in there. They're gonna have your favorite celebrity in there. They're gonna tell you, oh, because they're gonna make sure the living conditions are so bad outside of the smart city that people is gonna be rushing towards the smart cities to live inside of them.
Yeah.
And they already starting to do that. They already starting to do that through the financial system. They making it harder and harder to live for the general public. They creating more laws and more regulations that basically cut us short with everything. We always get the short end of the stick when it comes to laws and regulations. It seems like the corporations and the politicians, they live good off the rules that they create for society. But society itself is deteriorating because they want to build something on top of that. And we're telling you what they're building. They building this whole digital prison. They getting rid of the old system. That's a reflection of them getting rid of old Hollywood. The way they run in Hollywood, and because you know Hollywood, that's the biggest thing. Entertainment period is the biggest thing in the world. Every country got their form of entertainment, and the people were sucked into that. So the entertainers has always been the biggest. Entertainers has always been the biggest. That's how they influence the general public to do their bidding. It's through the entertainers. That's why the entertainers get paid so much. But now the entertainers are streamers now. The streamers are the new entertainers. Yep. The streamers are quickly rising above as the most entertaining thing in the world for the younger generation. They got that locked in. They're going to have the money system locked in. They're going to have the technological grid, prison grid locked in. They got all that locked in. And then after that, we're finished. We toast. Yep. If we don't do something right now about this shit and take control of this, which we're not, because most
I don't think there's nothing we could do. I mean, this is where, I mean, it's not for our generation. So, and this generation is not going to fight for the next generation. That's not going to happen because the previous generation ain't fight for us. So I'm talking. I ain't talking about that civil rights shit. None of that shit. I'm not talking
That
about
shit
none
ain't
of
gonna
that.
do. That was
I'm
another
not talking
side.
about. I'm not
That's
talking
another
about
whole
marching
side
in the
stream.
streets. Yeah, I mean, I ain't talking about none of that shit. I'm talking about actual, real consciousness, and you know what I'm saying, and being able to, maneuver through this shit without depending so much on the system and the government. We haven't been really taught that because
We're too dependent.
our generations before us been taught to be dependent more on the government. You know what I mean? And not to be self-sustained and independent. We haven't been taught that shit. You know what I'm saying?
Now
So a
we're
lot,
dependent on the technology.
yeah. Now we dependent more on artificial intelligence. Yeah. Let me play this real quick before we continue. I need y'all to double tap the screen, like this video, share this live stream.
Let's do some coffee talk, shall we?
Okay. Let's do.
From doorbells to lampposts, there is no denying that cameras are becoming ubiquitous, like they're everywhere. Meanwhile, that fine line between safety and privacy continues to blur. But according to a new poll, younger Americans don't really mind if Big Brother is watching. A new survey from the Cato Institute, a libertarian think tank, asked respondents whether they, now listen, this is the quote, this is the exact language they used.
Well, never mind, it's the same thing. I'll let it play,
Favor
bro.
or oppose the government installing surveillance cameras in every household to reduce domestic violence, abuse, and other illegal activity.
What?
That was the question. It shouldn't come as a surprise that very few Americans in general, only 14%,
which seems very high
to
have a government camera in your home.
Hold on, I'm burying the lead.
Okay.
So 3/4 said no thanks, including 68% who strongly opposed it. But something really interesting happens, guys, if you parse the data by age. If you look only at Americans under the age of 30, 3 in 10 are in favor of government cameras in every home. And as you get older, that number drops.
Okay.
So what generational thing is happening here?
I can tell you exactly what it is.
Hit me. Go ahead.
They don't understand.
My question was, do they not understand?
They clearly don't get it, or
Right.
they're not having anywhere near enough fun at home. Because I would not. There is no way. No way.
But this is
I'll
supposed
move to Sweden.
to stop domestic violence. So what happens? The government picks.
And see, that's what they're going to keep pushing. It's all to protect us from ourselves, protect us from criminals, domestic violence, and all that. So that's what they banking off of, that. And you got to think about how they conditioning us, man. Just think about how they conditioning us to accept this shit, bro. Like, everybody tuned into reality TV. Like, you know what I mean? That became like a big thing. And a lot of them that basically took over the whole entertainment world, was that reality TV shit. Now look, they conditioning us to accept cameras in the home 24/7. Like, that's crazy. That is crazy, bro. So they gonna be able to pull it off because, like you said, like the percentage of the generation that's willing to accept it is low right now. But as time go along and we start to phase out, people our age and older start to phase out, that 14% going to get higher and higher and higher and higher, because the kids now are having kids, those kids going to have kids, and they just all going to accept, the next phase, which is streaming cameras in your home 24/7. That shit might not
already accomplished that, though. Even the ones who said they wouldn't do it already did it.
Yeah, right. So yeah, exactly, and that's the thing right there, that they ain't really factor that in, that being as though we able to push the live stream now and go live, all ages are using live stream, so that percentage is actually higher. But you got to think about, it's still not government sanctioned, though. You see what I'm saying? They're talking about more of
tweaking the law.
Yeah, you gotta have a camera in your home. It's no
Tweaking the
exception.
laws.
Yeah, it's no exception to it. You gotta have a camera in your home, and you gotta have it on 24/7 by law. So we haven't accepted that yet, and they know a certain generation is not going to accept that. That's why the percentage is 75% of people that not going to accept it, because they still got people around like us that's not going to go for shit like that.
That's why we're saying that Kai Cenat and all them are agents for the system, because that's going to make the younger generation accept the surveillance in their home, because they already going to be accustomed to having a camera in their home and streaming 24/7 to aspire to be like Kai Cenat and all of them. So they're like, well, and then that's who's going to end up taking. You got to think about the future generation of kids eventually is going to take over the government.
Yeah. The ones
Eventually,
that's
because the government is only made up of the citizens.
right. In
So the
fact,
future generation is already going to be programmed and conditioned to have a camera in their house 24/7. So just to sign that into law that where you have to have one, people is going to be all right with it. And they already conditioned us through the Ring doorbell cameras, because the Ring doorbell cameras is surveillance around your house
yeah,
24/7.
24/7. Right.
It watch you come and go. It watch who comes in your house and who leaves your house. And some people already got cameras set up all through their house anyway. And the government could already tap into them. They just need a warrant to do it. So
Yeah,
that's
they ain't no
that's
warrant to
the
do that
thing that
shit.
they would have to tweak. Once they tweak that, where a government don't need a warrant to check into whoever house they want to, that's going to be a problem. That means there's no more private homes. It's only public homes. And that's how they setting the smart cities up to be. The smart cities are going, all the smart cities, the houses are automatically going to come with surveillance cameras. And that's what they want. And then the
Right.
thing is, they can track every movement with artificial intelligence. Everything you do in your house, each movement you do, you cooking, cleaning, sexing, whatever you're doing in your house, the artificial intelligence will pick it up and send it back to the database. Now, they already got these systems in place, but it's not legal.
Yeah, it's not saying
It's not legal yet, but they're already in place and we're already using them. All they need now is the mindset of the people to change to where they could tweak the law to where the government won't need a search warrant or anything to tap into that equipment to basically surveil you. And that's basically what they're conditioning the younger generation to accept, because the younger generation are going to be the ones deciding if we're going to have surveillance in our house or not. Eventually, these Speed and Aiden Ross and all their fan base eventually gonna grow up and become the new government.
Yeah, they're gonna be the new government.
And they're gonna be deciding if we should have surveillance cameras in our house. And of course they're gonna say yeah, because they conditioned to already have this shit in their house anyway.
Yeah. Right.
And they aspire to be Speed and all these motherfuckers out here. They aspire to already be them. So they gonna grow up with cameras in their house. They gonna grow up with the Ring doorbells. They growing up with Alexa and Siri and smart TVs that got cameras and shit in them. And we already accepted it. We already accepted it. It's just not signed into law yet. We almost there. We almost there. Shit, I say in like 20 years, it's gonna be completely. Every house is going to be complete with a surveillance camera directly from the government.
Yeah, from
and
the
that means there's no more private anymore. There's no more. They don't want private transportation.
Yeah, because
they don't want private houses. They don't want private nothing. They want everything to be public so the government can dominate us 100%.
Yeah, because all transactions is going to be transparent.
Yep.
Like on on the blockchain, all your activities, what you buy, what you shop for, all that's gonna be transparent.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
It is so now.
Yeah, it is now. It is now, but it ain't to the point where others can see. Besides you, if you trade it in your wallet and all that, the crypto wallet and all that shit is public.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But that's what they want anyway. They want to be able to track every. That's what that whole Fed now shit was about. They want to track every transaction. You know what I mean, human activity, period. Every aspect of human activity, they want to track. And that's artificial intelligence. So really, artificial intelligence is going to run this shit. When you're going to have a selective few that's going to oversee intelligence, the laws and the constitutions that's written into law, basically to govern all this shit. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, this is where they had. That's where they heading with this new wave of content creators, man. It's this whole streaming shit.
And then you're gonna have people saying this is a conspiracy theory.
Nah, it's not, because we just pulled up all the receipts. You can't.
You know how people was in the 90s when we were saying this shit in the early 2000s.
Oh no! I don't think we get that more so these days now. I think everybody can actually see what's happening right before their eyes. They might not be conscious aware of it until unless they looking for it. Like you only gonna be revealed to what you trying to look for. What truth you searching for will be revealed to you. So this is only for the people that actually searching for this type of information. They're going to gravitate towards it, not people that's not looking for it. It's not their frequency, so they're not going to tune into this. This is not their frequency. This is for people that want to be conscious, aware of what's going on, where shit is heading, and what's taking place now. You know what I mean, where shit is going. That's what these streams right here, these type of talks is for. You ain't gonna really expect a lot of people to be on that frequency. You know what I mean? So it's all good. It's all good. Yeah,
That's true.
it's all good.
It depends on what frequency people is tuned into. I mean, most people right now is tuned into, Trump and Epstein list and
Yeah, it's
Diddy
the Epstein
case.
shit, right? Yeah.
I mean, at the Epstein shit, that's important too. Those names do need to come out of the clients so they can be dealt with. But I doubt they will. But that goes to show you how wicked and corrupt our government is.
Yeah, right.
To not release that stuff.
They rather draw it out and have us, distracted by it, by keeping it keeping it in the media, keep drawing it out, knowing damn well at the end of the day they ain't gonna release none of them names.
Why would we want a government anyway to have that type of power over us and they that corrupt? Why would we even allow a corrupt government to have this much power over us to the point where they could set up a digital prison around us? I mean, this government has proven time after time, and I don't give a shit what political party they are, what administration. All them administrations are corrupt. People want to try now. People ain't. You see, people used to defend Trump. People who thought that Trump was going to come in and make a difference because he wasn't a traditional politician. I knew they were fools.
Yeah.
We was telling people on this channel from the beginning, don't trust anybody in that Oval Office. They're not going to let anybody in there that's not with the plan. When you watch Trump talk and how you could tell he's acting. Like anybody who could sense energy, any empaths to anybody who could sense energy from people, you can see when people are fake.
Yeah.
Like you could just sense the fakeness coming off of them. And he's an actor. You can tell he's acting. Oh, my Christians. I need you to go out there and vote for me, my Christian. Like you ain't no damn Christian. Like you could just see the fakeness coming off of these people, man. All of them. I don't give a shit what political party they are. They are all part of the same team, and their team screwing the citizens. That's the part of the team that they own. That's the party is called. Screwing the citizens. The general public is always get the short end of the stick. I don't give a fuck what administration. What party is in that administration? I don't care. The people always get the short end of the stick 100% of the time because that's how it's planned to be. And if any of those puppets in there think about doing anything against what the establishment, they'd take them out. We seen that. Kennedy, both Kennedys, Robert and John, we seen them take them out quick. They attempted to take out Reagan. They took out Abraham Lincoln. Yeah, I mean, they take these motherfuckers out quick as soon as they go against the program. So we know if a motherfuckers in the Oval Office and they still alive, they with the shits.
Hell yeah.
They with the shit.
Hell yeah, they
if you still alive in the Oval Office, they ain't gonna have you in there making no decisions that's gonna go against the establishment. I don't know why people don't see that yet. Why do people still think that these politicians are for them? There's no politician on this damn planet that's for you. The whole politician game is to screw the citizens and keep their power structure in place.
That's the only job.
The only game in town. There's nothing outside of that. Sorry, but there's not. Your political party do not love you. They do not care about you and your family's well-being. They never have and never will.
Hell no.
That's not part of the game. And they banking on us being divided by that bullshit. They banking on us being divided by the whole Republican administration and Democratic administration. They banking on us being divided by that while both parties screw us continuously. They put that Trump character in there to basically move forward with the plan of building these smart cities and getting this digital currency financial system popping that they going to control.
Yeah.
I don't care I don't care who you voted for. You voted for the mother effers that always got the plan to enslave us. You always voting for your slave master. 100% of the time, you're voting for your slave master. Because anyone with any real intent, anyone with any authentic intentions to help people, they wouldn't even let them even be nominated to even be a president or anything. Never. You will never see anybody who's authentic running for office. They ain't even gonna let you see that.
Nah. Even the ones they had in there that went against the grain a little bit still had to play the game.
They got knocked off. They got killed.
Yeah, they had the police. They still had to play the game to even get into office. They still had to, you know what I mean? They still had to play the game of politics.
The ones who grew a heart when they was in there and they said, "Oh man, it's eating me up inside to keep taking advantage of people like this." People like John F. Kennedy. They knew as soon as he went against the plan when he made that speech about the Federal Reserve and the central banking system and the CIA. As soon as they started talking about them and talking about the secret societies, they took his ass out.
Mm-hmm.
That's how you know. People want, yo, that Trump character ain't your friend, man. He ain't gonna do shit for you, and he's on that Epstein list, client list. He's on that Epstein client list, and I bet you Hunter Biden and all them is on that damn list too. So and the Clintons. So it don't matter what political party, all them motherfuckers is on that Epstein list. Every last one of them. That's why it's not going to never be released.
Hell
they
nah.
never going to show us that client list.
Nope.
Because your favorite politician and your favorite celebrity is probably on there. The one you've been idol worshiping all these years are on that damn Epstein client list. Your favorite celebrity, your favorite politician, your favorite corporate owner, all them other effers is on that list.
Yeah, your favorite brand wearer.
Yep. Yep, all of them. All them other effers is on there. That's why they ain't gonna ever release that to the public. They ain't gonna release that to the public.
Yeah, they ain't gonna incriminate themselves.
I see a lot of Trump people who are supporting Trump. They mad now because of that, because they finally figured it out that he ain't for them. We were trying to tell y'all niggas. We were trying to tell y'all niggas before. And no, Kamala wouldn't have been no better.
Yeah, because it ain't really about who's sitting in the
She
seat.
wouldn't have been no better.
It
ain't no lesser evil anymore, y'all. Stop with that lesser evil shit. It's just pure wickedness now on both administrations, both parties, all running candidates are just pure wicked now. It's just wickedness. It ain't no more lesser evil. What happens when there's because that used to be the mindset. You gotta vote for the lesser evil. Well, what happens when there ain't no more lesser evil and they just all wicked as hell? Then what do? We ain't ever think that far ahead yet. What do we do when we realize there's no lesser evil to vote for no more?
You gotta
now
start
what?
Doing, you gotta start doing for you. You gotta start do for self. You gotta
Shit
do
that
for
people
self.
should have been started doing.
Yeah, you gotta just do for self. I mean, and it's more so people putting their resources together to sustain, independence and shit. Yeah.
Man, this was definitely a very informative live, man. Make sure y'all share this live stream. Get this live stream out there. People have to know. People have to know the direction that this world is going in. Something
say,
that's damn near irreversible.
it's not, it is what it is. It's the inevitable. I mean, it's inevitable. So it's going to happen regardless, because this is the new generation that it's for the new generation. The Generation Z's, the Generation X's. I mean, this a new, I think right after the COVID shit was like, because you know how you got these catastrophic events that happen and then changes are being made, just like after 9/11, shit like that. So now you have like the whole COVID shit happened, and then the shit changed since then. Shit changed. They conditioned people to stay in, watch entertainers with this goddamn. Remember the verses? Everybody was tuned into that versus shit as far as like the entertainment world. The versus shit was the watch. So it's all conditioning. Then they had everybody wearing masks. They said you got to be 6 feet apart. Like they really conditioning
And TikTok
society.
dances.
Yeah, TikTok
challenges. It was TikTok challenges and TikTok dances and versus battles.
Yeah. So the conditioning has already started for the next generation. You have these children that are born at like during COVID, after COVID, they advanced as shit. They advanced as hell. They got they 5 years old, 4 years old, 6 years old. They know how to operate a whole goddamn tablet and a phone. Us at 5 and 6 ain't know how to operate no shit like that. We was still playing Nintendo and shit like that. These
I'm pretty sure
5-year-olds,
we would have figured it out, bro. Because this
we
thing
would have
about
figured it
how
out.
we used to do shit back then.
Yeah.
Like we would have figured it out, just like they figured it out.
Right, but
they build this technology based off our subconscious minds anyway.
Yeah, right. So
if you understand this technology, you know it's built directly from our subconscious mind.
Facts.
I mean, every fucking thing is built.
Everything is though.
Built from our, but the way the way these phones are is like they're clones of us. Our whole identity is in these phones. Our patterns, everything we do is in these phones. They're building clones of us. We're all being cloned through these phones, through these devices.
Yeah, you like I said, these devices became a part of us. Like your whole identity.
They are part of it.
Like you can't, like you will feel lost without your phone. If you was to lose your phone, you would go crazy. Like, man, where the hell's my phone at? I mean, you got everything attached in it. You sign into your bank accounts, all that shit through your phone. You pay your bills through your phone. A lot of us is making money off our phones and shit. Our businesses is attached to our phone. So
your whole identity.
We need our phones. We need our phones.
You tracking your medical shit through your phone.
Yeah, like we need our phones. So
everything is tracked through your phone.
This is the new. Yeah, this is the chip everybody was talking about.
The mark of the beast that niggas love.
Yeah, the mark of the beast in your hand. That chip they was talking about. That chip is your goddamn cell phone. That cell phone chip.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Which holds your whole identity.
And it's attached to your damn hand.
And your whole biometrics, because niggas is using their eyes, the eye scan to open up
sign that, they thumbprint.
Yeah, that shit's you now.
I don't use none of that shit, but a lot of people are using that. You know what I mean?
I mean, that's literally what's happening right now. And
So
we whether we like it or not, that's where we are. We're already there.
It's the inevitable. We accepted it anyway. We accepted it.
The mark.
Yeah, we all accepted the mark. Shit, we accepted it. We can't buy and sell without this motherfucker. We accepted that shit. That's what it is. He said it's fixing to get even more creepier. I think because being
Black
as though
Mirror.
Black Mirror, right? Being as though the next generations down the line, it's gonna have to deal with even more of this tech prison. See, right now we still have some type of liens when it comes to this, but the next generation is gonna be more of a tight ship when it comes to that. I mean, because they building new infrastructures to go along with the new financial system. Like it's all part of a whole new infrastructure. So the next generations, the generations further along, they're gonna be more prone to accept whatever agenda is being pushed. So We be long gone, dead and gone. And the generations ahead gonna have to deal with, a lot more advanced technology and shit like that.
You know what's crazy about
Smart
this though?
cities. What?
20 years ago, the society we living in now would have been considered science fiction. The current society we living in now would have been considered science fiction 20 years ago.
Man, the Matrix told our ass where this shit was like.
Like this is we're literally living inside of a science fiction novel. And the thing is, the whole Black Mirror shit, that's really getting into my mind, because when you look at your phone and the screens and shit, what is it? It's a Black Mirror. Your television screen, that's a Black Mirror.
Oh, you're right about that. It is. It is.
Your laptop screen, your computer screen, that's a Black Mirror.
Facts. Yeah, I ain't even look at it that way, bro.
Yeah, that's what Black Mirror is about. This technology, that shit, every Black Mirror episode is literally technology that they have right now that they've been using for years.
Right.
Every Black Mirror episode is true.
Terry Austin, appreciate the super sticker. We appreciate the support. Yeah, if y'all want to donate to this super chat, man, because this some heavy shit we dropping, man. Y'all can Cash App us or drop, shop with us at 90dayherbals.com, or you can hit the dollar sign at the bottom right. The super chat and super stickers, we accept it all, man. Everything.
And the most important thing is to share this video, get this video out there. People need to hear this information. A lot of us need to be bought into this reality of what reality we're actually in, because a lot of us, we don't know what the hell is going on. But this information right here, it needs to be known, because everybody needs to make a choice of which direction we want to go in. And I feel like most people are so clueless that nobody can make a fair choice right now, even though all
they don't know,
because they don't know.
Yeah, they don't know all the facts.
And we're trying to bring awareness.
Yeah.
We're trying to bring awareness. So please get this information out there.
Yeah, because a lot of people are not aware of what's going on. That's why we got 1984 right there on the screen. Like these are blueprints.
Blueprints.
You know what I mean?
Black Mirror on Netflix. That's a blueprint.
Black Mirror on Netflix.
A Brave New World.
World.
Yeah, that novel from way back in the day. That's a blueprint.
Right.
Metropolis. That old ass movie Metropolis is a blueprint. Black Mirror on Netflix, Truman Show, Demolition Man, the Terminator, The Running Man. We could go on and on and on and on. Those are all blueprints. They are not science fiction.
Nah, those are commercials.
Ain't shit fiction about any of that.
Those are commercials, man.
They're commercials, facts. It ain't nothing fiction about any of that stuff. Total Recall, all of those movies from back in the day, them science fiction joints. Judge Dredd, you could go on and on.
Right.
And even some of the Marvel movies.
And it's crazy that, as far as like our community and shit, they wanted to give us that low level bullshit. You know what I mean? How to be a player and all. Like, damn, they giving all the, all the good information in the sci-fi shit, but they
Enemy of the State, somebody said.
Yeah. They steady trying to feed us shit like how to be a player, goddamn Players Club.
Oh man!
Not to say them movies wasn't what they are for what they was, but we knew the information wasn't in that shit.
Facts.
Like the information was in the science fiction shit. You know what I mean? But they tried though. They tried.
Yeah, they gave us the bullshit.
Yeah,
right.
They gave us the low level shit.
They gave us apps. And how to be a player.
Right. And I ain't knocking them Jones, because they was for that time they were what they were for that time.
Players Club.
But we know that shit didn't have the real information in it. Like it was the sci-fi shit that had the information in it. You know what I mean?
Facts.
Action movies and shit like that. Like even the cartoons that we grew up off of, like the Transformers, X-Men, they was dropping a lot of, especially goddamn G.I. Joe.
Yeah,
G.I. Joe was like one of the main Jones that was dropping information in that shit. For y'all that grew up on some goddamn G.I. Joe, y'all know, if y'all think back and look, if y'all think back on that shit, y'all realize like it was a lot of information.
A lot of New World Order type shit going on.
They were saying New World Order in that shit.
They were saying, the New World Order was taking over in that shit. Hell yeah.
Right. Like they was mentioning about the New World Order in in X-Men and shit like you know what I'm saying, G.I. Joe. Yeah, so they was giving us, they was trying to give us the bullshit though.
They were.
They was giving us the bullshit entertainment. Like I mean, it was good for what it was. Like, I mean, they had the messages in it, like, you know, like the movies they gave us, like, you know, the Do the Right Things and the Boys in the Hood. They had like, but that shit was only pertaining to our frequency in the environment that we was living in. They wasn't really giving us no real big information that we needed to know, as far as like the shit we really needed to be tapped into. With
Man, that
movies
shit
like,
kept us low vibrational,
right, it
bro.
kept us look. That's what I'm saying. Movies like 1984 and shit like that had the information in it.
The movies that they gave the black community was some bullshit.
They gave us some bullshit, bro. They gave us some bullshit. They gave us surface level consciousness when
they gave us hood movies.
Yeah, surface
hood
level
movies
shit.
and comedy and comedies.
Prime example, Lawrence Fishburne and Boys in the Hood. I mean, he dropped a little bit of knowledge on how they drive the property value down by using crime and drugs and shit. That was a little something, something.
A little something fast.
Yeah, that was a little something, something, bro. Like I can't rule that out. That was some shit. That was some alright shit to drop in that. Or the movie was it 187? Yeah. Well nah, what's the movie with Lawrence Fishburne and the other one? You know what I'm talking about. The one Bill Duke produced. It's a deep cover, yeah.
Oh, deep cover.
Yeah, deep cover. They dropping little jewels and shit in that. Like,
yeah, it's the state. It wasn't me, John. It was the State Department.
Yeah, shit like that. Like they was dropping little jewels. They was giving us the low level ass movies, man. Like, nah, don't do. You know what I mean, don't do that to us. Don't do that to us. They dumbed us down tremendously, bro. I mean, they dumbed our shit down tremendously.
They damn sure did.
Even with the rap music, they dumbed that shit down. They said, nope, no more Jungle Brothers, no more goddamn X Clan and Pup, no more of that shit. We're gonna give you gangster, 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 and freak shit and gangster. Sexual explicit lyrics and gangster shit. That's what we're gonna give y'all niggas. Dumb y'all all the way to fuck down. And then it turned into slur rap and all that shit. They dumbed it. They did the number on us, man, by dumbing our fucking community down, bro.
Yeah, they dumbed that shit all the way down.
All the way down. Yo, make sure y'all smash this like, double tap the screen, like this video, man, if y'all haven't liked this video yet. And if you can't share this live stream on your social medias, you know what I mean?
And this is sponsored by nightandayherbals.com, where we sell all natural products, organic products for y'all, hair care products, skin care products, detoxes, CBD. We got sea moss on there. I mean, we got a discount with the CBD gummies right now. You buy one and get the other one 40% off. So make sure y'all head over to nightandayherbals.com. It's pinned to the top of the chat. The link is also pinned in the description of this video. Yeah, I mean that's what support us to keep us going. You know, YouTube don't really like these types of discussions that we have on here. So we gotta fund what we're talking about with our own products and our own shop and sponsor our own videos. So we don't be controlled by no outside sources. That's why we able to come on here and talk like this.
Hell yeah.
A lot of people can't come on. A lot of people won't come on here and talk like this.
Nah, they sponsored by a lot of, like, for the people that do, you know, they sponsored by and just most people just ain't in the, you know, in the frequency to talk like this right now. Like, it ain't popular to even be talking like this. Like, you got your various other channels that do content like this. So salute to people that are on this frequency, that are putting the information out. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? And it, you know, that's just how it go. I mean, we ain't saying that you gotta be like 1000% on this shit all the time.
Oh, hell no.
Hell nah. This should drive you crazy being on
And the
this type
thing
of
is,
shit
we
all
ain't
the
saying
time.
there's anything wrong with watching Speed and Kai Cenat.
Nah, it's not.
I even stop and watch a little bit of that shit, like, you know, a little bit, some of their shorts and all that. You know what I mean? But I know, we know the big picture behind it all.
Right.
Even if they don't know, that's another thing we trying to get through to y'all. It's possibility that Speed and all them, they don't even know the big plan that they're a part of. I mean, not that they would care, because they got shit. They
Yeah,
eating off of that. They eating
yeah.
off of what they doing. So I ain't knocking them one bit, but we just making y'all aware of the big picture behind of why they're like agents for the system, and how the algorithm is going to keep pushing them, because they want everybody on this 24-hour streaming thing, because they want to be able to surveil us when they change that law to where they could just have basically a government camera in your house 24/7 with artificial intelligence basically monitoring it and prosecuting you for things you do in your home right there on the spot. You know what I'm saying? So that's basically the gist of all this, man. We definitely appreciate all of y'all for tuning in.
Yeah, shout out to y'all who can catch the replay. Yeah, I mean, comment below. Let us think. Let us know what you think.
Facts.
You know what I mean?
Are we reaching, or are we? Yeah, let us know below. Y'all think we reaching, or are we on to something?
I don't know. I don't even think we
I
reaching.
want them. I want. Yeah.
Oh,
I know we ain't reaching.
Oh, you want people's opinions?
I want their opinion. Yeah, people think we reaching. Let us know. You think we reaching?
No, people can give you their opinion. Right. People gonna give us their opinion regardless. You know how that goes.
Facts.
Yeah, I mean, people be in them comment sections, boy. And people
I mean, most people agree with this shit though. Even the people who wasn't tuned into it before and they stumble across it, they're like, you know what? I could see how that's like that. Like it's because it's right in our face now. It's in our faces now. It's not something that we can hide from anymore.
Yeah, They Live is that shit. Hell yeah, that's another
They
one.
Live is another.
Oh, that's
man,
another blueprint.
Oh
right.
man, that's a good one.
Yeah,
They Live is a good one.
Roddy Piper and shit, and Keith David. Yeah, that's a classic. Yeah, all what you call really been dropping all that information in his films. Stanley Kubrick been dropping the information in his
Man, it's mostly all of my FS be dropping that information.
Yeah.
It's just if you catch it or not, if you on the frequency to catch it.
Right. But I be thinking back on certain movies and shit that I seen back then, but with the consciousness I have now, I'm able to see the messages clearer within them Jones, because we was too young to know what it was, so we just looked at it as entertainment. But now that we older and more conscious aware, when we look at these movies now, it's like you could decode these shits. You know what I mean? Like instantly. As you watching it, you can see the messages in the you know what I mean? You could decode it like right away. So yeah, we appreciate y'all, man, coming through, rocking out with us. I mean, catch y'all on the next live stream, man. All right, peace.
Yeah, peace.
Shop now at nightandayherbals.com and enjoy 35% off all our herbal CBD products, automatically applied at checkout.